Welcome back to Boots and Bounty Homestead. We are in Casey's kitchen today and I'm bringing you another one skillet meal. Tonight is going to be, it's not really farm fresh, but it is just a one skillet meal kind of thing. And you can change it to your liking however you feel best that you change it. So I'm going to give you the basic recipe, which is wonderful in itself, and then you can add whatever you would like to it. This is called cheeseburger rice. And we're going to start by browning some ground deer or ground beef, whichever you have on hand. And then you'll also need 2 to 3 cups of cooked rice. Now we already had this cooked left over from a dish that Emma fixed the other night. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. And then we need ketchup, mustard, and shredded cheese. And that's it. Salt and pepper if you want. But other than that, you can make it into whatever dish you want it to. You can add bacon, leave the rice out, add noodles. I mean, just whatever you want to do. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how to do this recipe the basic way, and then you can take it from there. So first we are going to start by browning some ground deer. This is from the deer that Emma killed last year. And you can use 1 or 2 pounds, however much you need to make for your family. Ta-da! All done. Now, from here, if you need to drain your meat, you can. Just remember, don't put any grease down the drain. Alright, and I told you we had some leftover rice that's already cooked. Now, if you don't have any cooked rice, you can use 1 cup of white instant rice and 1 cup of water at this point. Or if you have jasmine rice, you do 1 cup of rice and 2 cups of water. But go by your directions, so however much you need. And we are going to go ahead and pour this in and start warming it up. Can you get me give me a half a cup of water. Alright, this is already cooked, but I do need to put a little bit of moisture in here because when we put the ketchup and mustard in, the rice will need to absorb that just a little bit.
Dad, half a cup of rice?
Water?
Water.
That's fine. I don't care. Alright, so I'm going to pour about a 1/4 cup of water in here. Get all the rice broken up. Alright, and then to this we are going to add a half a cup of ketchup. So I'm just going to eyeball it.
Like you usually do. That's the best way to measure it.
And depending on how much mustard you like, you can do 1 or 2 tablespoons. I don't do a whole lot because my family don't like a whole lot of mustard. And go ahead and add salt and pepper if you want to. You can get funky with this and add some Italian seasonings if you want. Or you can add a little bit of liquid smoke or Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Whatever you want to. So play around with however you like your hamburgers, cheeseburgers. Add some fun stuff to it. Alright, we're going to get all this mixed up. And the next step is to add the cheese. Now, if you are cooking this with instant rice and need to let it cook, just let it cook for about 5 minutes. Alright, so you want to cook your dish here until all of the water is gone. So if you have your fresh rice, you want to make sure that you cook it until all the water is gone. Or you can use leftover rice like we did. And it's going to, see the rice, how it's changed colors? It has absorbed some of the ketchup and mustard flavor. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to flatten this out just a little bit. And I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, you want a dish that has a top. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use some cheddar cheese and sprinkle this on top. And this is where you're going to put the top of your pot on here. And the steam, you cut it off, and the steam from the heat that's coming off of your food here is what's going to melt the cheese. So we're just going to spread it out evenly, and you can put however much you want on here. It doesn't really matter. And then we're going to cover this, and we're going to let it set until it's melted. Alright guys, so there's you an easy one dish meal. Now we usually just eat this by itself because it's so good. Or you could have something like corn on the side, or you could do some hash brown patties or something. And you can choose any sides you want if you want some vegetables or something to go with it. But we usually just eat it by itself because it's just good that way. So you can add anything you want. You can add peppers or onions. I would fry those with the meat. If you're doing something like that, you could add those onto that. If you want to put more ketchup or more mustard, or if you want to put tomatoes in it, or, I mean, just the possibilities are endless. And that's the way I like to make my dishes. I like to give you guys a basic one so you can learn how to cook basic things, and then you can add on to it and experiment with whatever you have in your kitchen. So until next time, I hope you enjoy this dish, and we will see you later. Bye guys.